What's going on, my fellow jewelers? So I just did a cremation resin piece, a cremation memorial resin piece, and some of you guys don't agree with cremation at all, let alone putting it in jewelry pieces. And so I want to share with you my point of view, why I believe that it's okay. You don't have to agree with me. Even by this end of the video, I'm not trying to sway you. I'm just trying to tell you where I stand. So I'm going to go at it in a biblical point of view as well as a scientific point of view. So let's dive into the first thing I want to talk about, which is actually in Genesis. And so it's when Adam and Eve ate the fruit, God came down and spoke things over them. And this is one of the things that God spoke over Adam. He said, Genesis 3:19, by the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return. So God literally made us out of dust. He literally made us out of the ground, formed and shaped us, and then breathed life into Adam, and that's how we began. But then when they ate the fruit, God's like, now you're going to return to dust. And so when we return to dust, this is the scientific part, when we return to dust, we become part of the soil, which is food for the plants, which plants are food for animals and people and birds, which then they die and they become more soil, and then the circle of life just happens all over again. So it's not like our body stays together. We become dust, and that dust becomes nutrients for animals and plants and all other things. And so we already are scattered. And so if you think about the Titanic, even, have you ever seen video of the Titanic? There's no bodies there. Like the fish and the sharks and all the little creatures down there eat dead things, and then they go and they die somewhere else. Maybe they travel far. And so it's not like our body part stays together, because we return back to dust and do the circle of life. But then biblically, the other point of view I want to make is in 2 Corinthians. So 2 Corinthians 2:1-6 says, for we know that when this earth tent we live in is taken down, that is, when we die and leave this earthly body, we will have a house in heaven, an eternal body made for us by God himself, not by human hands. And it goes on to say how excited we are to be going to heaven, how excited we are for our new bodies and all that stuff. And so it's not like we're even going to have these bodies when we go to heaven, when we die. And so that's the other thing. I'm like, if I'm not going to have this body, I don't need to worry about the body I leave behind. And so for when I make these cremation memorial pieces, it's for the family left behind, because they are hurting, they are grieving, and to have a little piece of their loved ones that they can carry around and remember them, it is really special. And so that is the reason I do cremation pieces. Now, if you have any comments, questions, whatever below, be nice, because sometimes you can be feisty, be nice. But if you have anything you want to talk about, then I'd love to talk about with you. Make sure you leave a comment below. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guess what? I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye!